Hi there and welcome along to another workout for you to row along to. Are you ready for some fast stuff? I hope so, because that's what I've got in store for you today. It's a 20-minute workout, but it's going to be really up there intensity-wise. How we're going to do it is 30 seconds at a nice low-intensity, easy row, but then 30 seconds up at like 30, 32 strokes a minute, and at as much pace as you can give. Under control, of course, but as much pace as you can give. You then back off to that 30 seconds easy intensity, back up fast, and then back down, back up, back down, back down, back down, back down, and 20 minutes will be done, all right? It's going to be a really tough workout. Expect it to be tough, but this is how you will develop your kind of power, speed, and last ability to be able to work that hard, okay? After all, this is the Zero to Hero plan, and this is one of the most important workouts in terms of turning you into that hero, all right? So we're going to do a 5-minute warm-up today, mostly because that should be enough just to get your body moving, your hips rocking and stuff, and trust me, by the first couple of intervals of today's workout, you're going to be warm, all right? So use this 5-minute warm-up to make sure that your body's all ready and moving for what is going to be a hard workout. If you need to extend it a little bit more, please do, okay? So before we get into our 5-minute warm-up, we have to set up a machine. On an RowAlong, that means that I have to set up my resistance. Now for this warm-up, I'm setting it to 10. For the main session, I'm going to set it to 12, but you set it to where you want it to be. If you're using the Concept 2 in an RowAlong app, then I want you to set your drag factor to wherever you would normally have it set. If you normally row like a 2K time trial at 130 drag factor, that's where to set it today for this workout, all right? Next up, let's go to our foot straps, foot stretcher height, whatever you want to describe them. And I want you to set them at a height that lets you get into the front of the machine with your shins in a vertical position comfortably. If you're set too high, it can get tough to get there. If you're set too low, it's too easy to go past there and your backside scoots away from underneath you. Find your perfect position. A good starting position is to have the strap covering the balls of your feet, which is usually the bottom lace on your shoe. Set it there, adjust, right? So just because I'm saying this doesn't matter. Set it so it's comfortable for you. So 5-minute warm-up. We're going to start this off at 20 strokes a minute at a light intensity, basically as though you're standing up holding like a couple of bags of shopping or something. That's the amount of power I want you to put from your legs, and then you're just going to connect that power into your hands. But I'll talk to you about that as we get into our warm-up. There's no point me talking to you about it now. So let's get ready to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. So 20 strokes a minute should be a nice low stroke rate for you to be able to concentrate on what's happening here rather than racing up and down the rail really fast and not being able to kind of think about what your body's doing. This is one of the reasons that I always kind of do these warm-ups at 20 strokes a minute, and how you'll see that pretty much all of my low intensity sessions are based around a 20 strokes a minute stroke rate. It's because it gives you time to think about what's going on. And what you're supposed to be thinking about right now is pushing with your feet at the same time your hands connect the handle to the machine. And by connect, I mean that point when you feel that bite. And this is why it's just a light intensity for the time being, just so you can feel the bite and get the timing right. Okay, after this stroke, I want you to push a little bit harder, increase the intensity, and what you're looking for, if you've done these warm-ups enough, you know what I'm about to say, but it's that kind of 5 out of 10 intensity, where you feel that you start to need to breathe a little harder, faster, your heart rate starts to climb. You know you're now doing exercise rather than just moving your body, but it doesn't feel hard. You should still be able to talk comfortably, and really the intensity would be the same as if you were climbing up an endless flight of stairs at a leisurely pace. Okay, so that would get you out of breath and your muscles would be working, but it's not too tiring. We're going to do this for another minute, and I want you to think about your hip rock forwards and backwards. So you want to tilt in to the front of the machine as you push your feet into the machine, and then at the back of the stroke, you tilt backwards But the reason I'm saying tilt is that this is about hinging over the hips rather than curling your lower back. I know when you get into the front, you do still tend to round a little bit rather than being bolt upright, but there's a difference between a light rounding and curling. Okay, 3 more strokes, then we'll put one foot on the ground. One more. So, unstrap, put one foot on the ground, continue rowing. And here, you're working on this compression into the front of the machine, trying to get in far enough that your shin is in a vertical position. And having only one leg strapped in makes that a lot easier. Make sure to still push with that leg that's strapped in though. One more. Swap feet. And continue rowing. I've got very squeaky shoes today. Apologies if you can hear as I come forwards. I'll try and fix that in the sound mix. So make sure to still get a little bit of power going on here. This is still part of the warm-up after all. You don't want to relax too much. Just put both feet back in then. Get your legs straight and row with your back and arms. And this is where that hip rock really is best practiced, because you come forwards, you then initiate the swing first before pulling in your arms, then out with your arms and rock forwards again. So if you're ever wanting to practice, this is the best thing to do to try and develop that hip rock. One more here. Let's roll into the front with straight arms and a forwards tilt and just push out with your legs only. This is great if you're one of the early pull people. Get into the front and really concentrate on holding that forwards tilt and arms straight. It's perfect on an Aviron because the screen in front of me is like a mirror almost. I can see myself and make sure that I'm not pulling my arm early. Let's take one more here, just as we hit 5 minutes. So, keep on moving up and down to make sure you don't cool down too much, but do have a quick drink, and I'm going to explain one more time what it is we're doing today. Okay then, so the shell is off and I'm ready to go. So one more time, today's workout is going to be 20 minutes long and we're going to break it down into 30-second chunks. We're going to do 30 seconds at a low intensity, low stroke rate first, but then we're going to do 30 seconds at a higher stroke rate, around about 30, 32 strokes a minute, and a lot faster pace-wise. If you're looking at a 2K pace, I kind of want you to go 2K pace or a little bit faster, but just take that intensity up to like 9, 10 out of 10 through this workout, and it's going to get progressively tougher, all right? Do not worry if it gets hard. This is meant to be a tough workout. So let's get into today's main session in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now remember, we're starting off low stroke rate, low intensity. Main reason, well, it's 2 reasons for this. One is to make sure you've got a moving flywheel for the first interval, which saves on injury possibilities, but it also means we finish the workout on a sprint, which is always nice. And make sure when we take this rate up that you do it by pushing hard with your legs, okay? So one more stroke here. You ready? Let's go. So, where 20 strokes a minute is 1 every 3 seconds, here at 30 plus, you're looking at 1 every 2 seconds or faster. I'm up at 33 right now, which is a dose of madness. 2 more. And back off. And that's it. So that's what we're going to do 20 times. Do make sure to put some effort in on these low intensity points, but also use them as an active recovery. Next one's coming up. 1 more stroke. You ready? Push with the legs. I'm going to try and stay closer to 30 this time. Otherwise, I'm going to risk completely blowing up too soon. After all, we do have 20 of these to get through. 2 more. 1 more. At least try and keep the stroke rate down at 20 here. Whew. What you're looking for is consistency. That's all I'm trying to say. Stay consistent at 20 and try to stay consistent with your high rate stuff as well. 1 more stroke. Let's go sprinting. And now that we're in this 3rd interval, hopefully you are warm enough that everything feels smooth and natural now. 2 more. And so what I want you to do is look at the pace that you're rowing at here. So for me it's 1:57 or 1:59. Yeah. And then try to always return to this pace. 1 more stroke. Let's go. And then take a look at your pace here too. So 1:36 for me. So that's about 21 seconds increase. Let's say 20. 2 more. Take it easy. And so I want you to try each time we're going slow, return to the same pace, and each time we go fast, try and return to the same pace. Oh, make sure to breathe. 1 more here, and let's go. Remember, you're getting the power here by pushing with the legs. Push the machine away from you with your feet rather than pulling the handle from the front of the stroke. Back to easy. It's 5 minutes done. We're 1/4 of the way there. It's not Bon Jovi time yet. And even on these 30-second easy row parts, try to keep your flow of your stroke rocking over your hips. 1 more here. And here we go. Arms straight at the front as you push your legs. Don't fight the power by pulling too soon. Let your legs do the work in the stroke. 2 more. 1 more. Because if you pull from the front, you're just going to fight with the power from your legs and also rob yourself of a powerful arm finish. Okay, 3 strokes to go. 1 more. You ready? Here we go. And although the more you think about, the harder it is to concentrate, hopefully, if you can just think about arms straight and a forwards tilt at the front. One more. Everything else will take care of itself. So arms straight, forwards tilt, and trying not to pull at the front, but push with your legs. All right, 3 to go. One more. Here we go. It's a good time to keep an eye on pace. I'm still 1:36, so I'm happy that even though it's starting to bed in a little bit, I'm still hitting the same paces. One more. I think I was a little higher than 30 there. Lost my timing. My biceps are starting to feel this, so I need to make sure I'm not pulling from the front. As much as I'm telling you not to, I'd better double check. One more. Here we go. Push. Really think about maintaining that forwards tilt and hook fingers over the handle rather than grabbing and choking it. One more. I don't think it's the front. I think it's the pull to the finish for me that's adding in the bicep work. I don't have that big biceps as it is, so. Right, 2 more. One more. You ready? Let's go. Because if you get your positions right and push with your legs, you'll be bracing against the handle. And then at the back of the stroke, that brace becomes the pull to a finish. One more. We're halfway there. Thank you, Bon Jovi. So you brace, pull, brace, pull. And because of the power you're putting from your legs, that brace is so much more powerful than it is right now. 2 more. 1 more. Here we go. And you may have read about how rowing is not about pulling, it's about pushing, but you still want to make sure, on a rowing machine at least, to squeeze a little more pace by pulling at the back. Back to easy. So straight pull. All this straight pull. It's only the back third of the drive that you actually pull with your arms. Okay, 2 more. 1 more. You ready? Let's take it up. And I'm hoping that you found your balance, where you know you're working at your limit at this rate, but that the 30-second rests, last one, are enough for you to recover. Progressively, as this workout goes on, don't be surprised if fatigue hits you like a tidal wave and you suddenly find you drop off. One more. Here we go. So rather than a gradual slow down, you should be able to match your pace from interval to interval, or even go faster. I'm bizarrely at 133 right now. One more. But then my stroke rate was a little higher again, so keep that power going. Keep your stroke rate high. Don't let your brain tell you to stop. That's one here. I've mistimed that one. Here we go. Sorry. I lost the timing there of my one stroke every 3 seconds. The other advantage of these 30-second blocks is that if we lose time with each other, we can fall into place again. Nice and easy. Whoa. Carry on pushing with the legs. Kind of warm up pace here. Active recovery. Just because it's slower doesn't mean you have to fall apart. One more. Here we go. And if you do start to feel fatigued, do try to push through it. It's like I said, sometimes it's your brain telling you to back off. One more. Rather than your body needing to back off. We are 3/4 of the way there. Whew. Come on, speed up. I'm down at 209. Listen to yourself, John. There we go, that's better. One more. And let's go. If you are struggling, do think technique, because often that's the real cause of you slowing. It's not that you're tired, it's that your concentration on technique has slipped. Last one, take it easy. Make sure to breathe. Find a pattern that works for you when you're rowing and breathing. If you can find a rhythm within your stroke, you'll find it a lot easier to row and breathe. One more. Here we go. Push with the legs. Push Arms straight, fingers hooked over the handle, forwards, tilt, let that power go up through your back and into the handle, and only finish with a pull. One more. 3 more to go. I think 17, 18, 19, yeah. Come on, John. Listen to yourself. Keep the power up. That's better. 157 again. I'll just check what my fast one is like. After this one, here we go. Push. Push that machine away from you with your feet. And I'm still 135. Don't worry about my actual pace, whether you're going faster or slower. What I want is just as big a difference between slow and fast. Ease off. So I'm round about 20, 22 seconds faster between these slow recoveries at 158 and then the fast down at 136, 135. One more. Here we go. So I want you to aim for at least as big a gulf. And remember, that power is legs. I'm going to keep repeating myself until it gets into everybody's head that it's about pushing with the legs. Last one. Last. Easy. And so let's give, come on, speed up. Let's give everything for the last 30 seconds. Okay, so high rate, high power, go faster than you've gone before. One more stroke. You ready? Let's go. Push. Get in. Brace your core to let the power flow. 129. You should hear your machine screaming as you go faster. 3. Actually, two more. One more. Right. Just row lightly. Just keep your body moving. Don't worry about technique. You can see I'm leaning back the whole time because I'm opening my chest to get air in. I can take one more, and now I'm going to get back into tilting forwards and backwards. So I'm 20 seconds slower, actually no, 15 seconds slower than warm-up pace. I just want to move to help my muscles pump, flush out any acids, lactate, whatever it is, lactic acid, lactose, no way that's where you get lactose intolerance. That's not the right one. You get what I mean. Get the blood circulating, flush out your muscles, get the carbon dioxide out, oxygen in, and hopefully today's row will have helped your top end, okay, your top end fitness, your VO2 max, your body's ability to use oxygen to fuel your muscles. Because as much as the low intensity rows are about building your core fitness, this is about helping you when you're rowing fast, that your body becomes more efficient at using oxygen, especially when it's in oxygen debt and it's trying to get the carbon dioxide out, swap it with oxygen. And so that's why, basically, really, I mean, when it comes to fitness, all you really need to do is the core fitness building stuff, and then this VO2 max increasing stuff. The tempo in between is more just about, there you go, I'm done on the warm up, cool down, sorry. The tempo stuff in between is just about teaching you to be comfortable working at a high intensity for duration, because after all, that was only 30 seconds at max intensity, which you could probably last, I don't know, at that intensity, a couple of minutes before you start to fade. So that's kind of useful, but it's more useful to build up your VO2 max and you use the tempo rows, which are a little bit slower and a little bit longer. They're then the ones that teach you to be able to last longer and longer in that kind of row. So that's why they're there, all right? So, long outro, sorry. Thank you so much for joining me for this one. It was a short, sharp, fast row, 20 minutes of just, and I do hope you enjoyed it. I hope you managed to keep the pace up all the way to the end. I'm pleased that I managed to get down to 129 on the 20th interval, because usually, it was normally the 19th where things start to suck, and then 20, because it's your last one, you go, it's fine, I'll do whatever. But yeah, I was quite pleased I managed to get through that one relatively unscathed. I'm gonna now go and stretch, then do a little bit of resistance training, and then I will see you in the next row. So until the next row, the last thing really to talk about is the hashtag, if you're gonna post this on your socials and things. And today is gonna be VO2 max. Okay, I don't think I've done that one before, but yeah, just VO2 max, because that's what we're working on today, all right? So thanks once again for joining me in this one. I will see you in another video, whether it's the next in this series or any of the other ones I've got up here. I look forward to seeing you in one of them. Until then, take care, be well, bye-bye.